Blackburn
Enterprises.
Thank you for coming to my channel. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here with me. Back with another Chop It Up video. Today we're going to be talking about...
Well, we got a special guest in the building.
Special guest in the building. The lovely, eloquent Violet.
Hey, y'all.
All right, so what we chopping it up about?
Oh, we got a lot of topics today.
Got a lot of topics.
Yeah, we got Kevin Samuels. I guess that's where we'll start. Ooh, Lord. I know, that's a good juicy place to start, I
Let's
guess.
start with, first off, condolences to Kevin Samuels
And his family.
and his family and his mother. And yeah. All right, so if you've been living under a rock, Kevin Samuels was a YouTuber
Personality.
Yeah, personality. You know, he had a reputation for helping, or some people would like to say helping black people would get better, and some people would like to say tear down black
Tearing
people.
down black
And
people.
so he passed recently, and of course when he passed, social media went into an uproar. So I go ahead and get you all's opinion. What do you all think? Violet looks like she's ready to go and get into this.
Yes, she's ready to get into it.
Is this bad? Nah, I know it's bad, but I'm gonna say, like, when I first heard it, I was like, is this your king? That was one. Because
Mhm.
I was like,
Yeah. Oh, but
someone's
okay.
king has fallen.
Yeah, somebody.
Mhm.
Not mine.
And I was sad about a person dying
Mhm.
and a person being able to, like, really redeem themselves.
Mhm.
You know, he could have had a redemption arc.
He could have. He could have. That it didn't look like it took that route. So here's the interesting thing. So this is what, right? Which I appreciate that. Like, you're being mature, I got, but it brings that. That's funny that you do that, because a lot of people aren't necessarily being so nice. A lot of people are celebrating, they big head bouncing and everything because he's dead. You know what I'm saying? They singing songs and
Like, ding dong,
the witch is dead. Right? That's how some people are
That's how
acting,
they
and
feel.
some people feel a certain type of way about people being mad that
or
people are happy.
celebratory.
And so my thing is, I feel like people are being a little, not realistic, because, and not to compare Donald Trump and Kevin Samuels. However, a lot of people don't like Donald Trump.
I
So,
think it's a fair comparison.
so if Donald Trump was to fall out and, you know, not be here anymore, what would be a lot of people's reactions?
Right.
And if people were celebrating, you know, the former president's, you know,
Demise.
early demise, would those same people be like, oh, y'all doing too much, y'all don't need to talk about him, you know, he's dead, you don't disgrace the dead. And so here's another thing. I feel like people aren't being honest. Like, if we're just keeping it 100 now, okay, so to play devil's advocate, so to speak, I guess when Kevin Samuels first came out, he did, I guess his platform was more so aimed at helping men and calling out men and being,
Those are the videos
you know,
I love.
right, those are early on. So helping men and helping them to, you know, step up and be better, you know, for themselves as well for men. Apparently that wasn't doing anything. That wasn't moving the needle. So then he flipped it and he started doing that to females.
Because patriarchy.
Because patriarchy, and then he upped the ante. And so you are known for having tearing down black women over and over and over. And so
That's to settle.
right. I mean, and so some things
And
can
aim low.
some things can be argued or whatever, so I get that. But when you say things like black women are not attractive and black women need to watch out for, like, Hispanic
Latino
women
women.
and Hispanic and Latino women have the more considered,
They season their chicken.
right, you know what I'm saying, they season their food and they're
Like,
so they're better.
Yeah.
And so because the way black women, they're not naturally attractive. And then I think what took the icing on the cake was when it comes to, how can I say this, because YouTube be on some other stuff. So when it comes to children being abused, to not believe the kids.
Right.
So I'm not sure
That's
what
every
people,
side.
I don't understand why people would have the audacity to think that people are not going to have things negative to say about it. What y'all think?
I agree. Like, he has, I don't see any encouragement for positive from him. Like, everything, you can criticize someone, you can give someone a lot of advice, but none of it was ever done from a place of love.
Right.
I agree. I agree.
Like
his intention was not.
It was not love.
Right.
It was not love.
And I feel like if you have a public platform and people express how they publicly feel about you passing away, just like Black Panther, like that's not his name, but Chadwick Boseman, like people gave positive feedback because he left a positive imprint on the earth or whatever. So if you have a positive, you're in the spotlight, then you're gonna get a negative or a positive based off of how you make people feel.
And I think it's funny. Some people, I guess, that are clueless too, because you should know those people that cause, you know what I'm saying, the polar type of reactions to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people that people genuinely like, and some people genuinely don't like, and then you have both sides or whatever. Everybody knows this. People know that there's people that like him, there's people that don't like him. So for people that act so dumbfounded, like they don't understand.
I don't understand why y'all feel this way.
I don't get it. And then for them to... Men, we have got to do better. I don't understand this. And so to look at it from just black people's perspective, when general racist acts happen and all black people are complaining about something and white people look at us like, why are you guys complaining? We don't get it. And then you look at them like, why are y'all so ignorant? If black women across the board, I ain't gonna say across the board, but a high percentage of them, more than most black women are looking at Kevin Samuels and what he said and the things that, how they felt he did to black women. Why is it nothing like perking up and being like, okay, well maybe it's something that I'm missing?
Yes.
Because men like us stupid. He literally says like, do it while you're young, because all your prime years are right here. When you are 30, you are dusty.
That's it.
And you wasted your life on education. You don't give a fuck about that.
Right. And you can't say it's not ironic that he did tell a lot of women that if they were 35 and older and weren't married, that they were going to die by themselves. And in essence, it's kind of what happened to them. So
you live by the sword. What did they say?
You die by the sword. And speaking of dying by the sword, people have been rapping about what it is that they do in their songs, in their songs about what they do in real life, and posting about it on social media. And as a result, people have been taken down by RICO. Let's see, they got Young Thug and Gunna. Right now, they are in custody. And if anybody knows anything, you might not be in tune, but once you get charged with a RICO,
it's over. Your life is over. Might as well just chop it up.
You got a hard time of beating that case.
Yes.
So, what do you just think about the overall? Okay, so let's look at it from both perspectives. What do you think about? How do you feel about the fact that they are being arrested based on stuff that they put in their music as well as put on social media?
I partially feel like it's not fair because where is the KKK? Why they ain't locking them up? They put stuff on social media all the time. It's people out here shooting people, mass shooters and stuff that said on social media what they're gonna do, and they don't get locked up before they do it, but they say it. And from what I understand about RICO, all you have to do is say you're gonna like body somebody.
Well, no, but
what I heard.
The thing, you gotta do your research. They have to prove that you're in a group. The whole idea, like the whole RICO was made like to take the mob out a long time ago.
Yeah.
So if they couldn't prove that you killed this person or you intimidated this person or you was laundering money with this organization here, what they have to do is prove that you're in this organization. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. There's not enough people.
Right, that you're in this organization.
Gotcha.
And so once they prove that, then it's pretty much a wrap. Because then all you have to do is say, well, this organization is doing stuff. They are in this organization, so they're doing something or another.
Right.
Like a pyramid.
Yeah, basically.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
That's true.
generally. And so a lot of people have said that, but I don't know if I don't follow the KKK, but I don't know.
White supremacy groups, though.
Yeah, but what do white supremacy groups do though? They do stuff on the low.
Yeah,
they do stuff on the low. They have just like unfortunately
the mom did that too.
They own the police. I mean, they're gonna be doing stuff on the low. Come on now.
I'm saying I don't think
they put their stuff on social media and stuff too.
Did you?
I'm saying when they, for example, when people got guns and they're like,
when you
we
holding
just
a stack
did
of
this
money,
and we
which is
just
so
did
dope.
this and y'all gotta watch out. We gonna see you and
We
all
don't
that
have
stuff.
Yeah,
I don't think they necessarily do
We
that.
hold the money and stuff.
And I think we have talked about just in other videos how social media is just, especially this younger generation, they feel like they have to do everything on social media. Everything don't have to go on there, but yet they're on there with their guns. They're on there with throwing up the signs. They doing this. They putting all this on social media.
That's true.
And
so
for
then
why?
you got proof that you're affiliated with whatever because you're putting it out there.
And then in the same token, you're taking that same thing and then you're putting it within your songs.
It's so unfortunate.
And then you can't. And then people are stuff. People know about Young Thug basically trying to shoot up Lil Wayne's bus like that back in the day. Like that's pretty much a known thing.
I would have just said I'm an actor. I'm a character.
Right, that's what I was gonna say because I remember it was
deep.
It was a time where we used to say, "Oh man, they rapping about this. They ain't never been in the streets. They don't know nothing about street life." But now you're really rapping about street life, and they getting reprimanded for it.
I don't know nothing about that.
They should talk about that's their past, and I'm a new man, I'm a new woman until I got that deal. That's what I should be saying.
Right. Is there a date on there?
Right. I don't recall.
And another interesting thing is I think the general thought for a lot of us is once you have gotten to the money, basically, why can't you just separate yourself from that lifestyle?
That's true.
But
it's the thrill.
But I think it's just hard. It's hard to put that behind you. Yeah. Like even when it comes to athletes, when you look at people in NFL, NBA.
And who you are, money just magnifies who you are.
Yeah, so you can take them out the streets, but you can't take the streets out. You know what I'm saying? Out of them a lot of times. And then if your family is,
affiliated.
you've been living the street life for a long, long time, money isn't necessarily just gonna automatically flip a switch. And I don't think that's necessarily a justification for them to continue in the lifestyle. But
they going back.
Hurt. I was like, I can't say words. You were, bruh.
We were rooting for you.
You were just in the Met Gala.
Right. Yeah.
We were all like, yes.
We were rooting for you. I personally wasn't, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. That's true.
And then, I was talking to my brother yesterday. Shout out to Johnny Bean. I was talking to him, and I was talking about it not only affects, Gunna, and I don't think Gunna's charge is gonna be as serious, but it doesn't affect just the artist, Gunna or Young Thug, but it affects their whole circle. So all those people that depend on them to eat, now they're gonna be affected. Right. It's like it's
all your money gone. That's tied up.
And it's really a sad situation. And it kind of reminds me of Kendrick Lamar's his latest album, I guess. Well, not album. It was more so the song, The Heartbeat 5, where he's rapping about the culture and different things that takes place. And he's like, you remember the first line we were just talking about the other day? It was like it's not uncommon. I can't remember the line. I'll have the line right here, whatever the line is, when it first comes out. But he's basically talking about it's not uncommon to see people get killed, and so. That type of lifestyle is not. They're just used to it. That's just what they're used to being around. Yes, and unfortunately, it's like I don't know. What can you do to try to get them or try to show them that
there's another way?
Yeah, this ain't what you got to do.
You literally have to from what after I've spoken to so many black men about it, it's like literally you have to be like, here, black man. Take my hand. Here, black man. Here's the key.
That's it.
Let me walk you. Mm-hmm. And this is an example of what you can do. And but that's, bro, that's.
I mean, at some point there has to be self accountability, and that's what I don't. And with both of this, with the Kevin Samuels situation and with this RICO situation. And with those that are being like, oh yeah, what about the KKK? And Kevin Samuels did this and did that. But where is the self accountability? We have to, and it's oddly enough with both of black men, we still have to. Yes, we know they on their BS. We know that they want to see us not be prosperous. But in the same token, right? No, not even that though. But if you're gonna do whatever you're gonna do, be smart about it.
If
like,
you have access to everything else, why didn't you have access to be like,
exactly.
bro, you know how to be sneaky.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know how to be sneaky.
Exactly.
Right.
Use some. If you're
Use
gonna
that
use your
street
powers,
smart.
right? If you're gonna use the powers for
Yeah.
evil, use it for like
Exactly.
To be
better.
smart about it,
Right.
right?
But you
Speaking of people that don't use their power, this social media stuff.
Mhm.
Why do you get on social media to talk about your baby mama?
Oh, you talking about?
Why do you do that?
Well,
Why do you
I
do
was gonna
that?
go to Kendrick, but
Oh.
we'll get to Kendrick.
Cause
later.
we in it. You know, it's another black male doing goofy stuff.
He is good.
Another black
So-
king.
So they're talking about.
Another
So
black
basically, she's
They do cheat.
so
Not
she's
to-
talking about she's
Apparently.
alluding to the Baby and
Oh
DaniLeigh.
my gosh.
And so they're kind of back in the cycle because DaniLeigh just recently she sat down with who did she sit down with? Can't think of her
She
name.
did an interview.
Yeah, she did an
Yeah,
interview.
I saw it.
And she basically was saying that, I mean, she was talking about a whole bunch of different things, but I think the main thing that caught everybody's attention is her apology for the Yellow Bone record, and the apology was kind of like
Half.
it was like
Hell.
it was half-assed for sure,
Yes, it was.
and it didn't seem like it was actually what am I trying to say?
Sincere.
Sincere, that word.
Because it
Absolutely.
wasn't.
No, it
She
was
really
not.
thought that was a bot when she did
I
it. She really,
apologize for
she
saying that light skin was better than dark skin.
she really, okay. You
Still love me.
but like you got to think about her culture too. Like
Yes.
it's very colorist. Oh,
Yes.
Colorism.
Yeah.
Yes. Dominican.
So right.
Mhm.
So it's like
And she really didn't, and that if you listen to the interview, it makes you be less understanding of her, because if you're a Dominican and those that are familiar with Hispanics and their own colorism that goes on within the Hispanic culture, a lot of times Dominicans are on the end of that colorism. So you're saying you got
because they're right next to Haiti.
right, exactly. So
But that's
So they,
like
they talk so crazy about them. So why would you, a Dominican,
right.
most of them
feed
be
into
sisters
that?
and brothers. Most of them be cousins.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
your cousin right
Right.
over
And
there.
not only that, and you got a child, and a child that has, more Africanoid features or whatever,
More
but you
melanin
still
in her
more
skin.
melanin in her skin, and you still made the choice
to say that
to do that.
because you
She-
mad at the baby mama,
She
the other
thought,
baby mama.
well, she thought her baby was gonna be real light. She,
Sorry.
a lot of
Mhm.
times
You got
they
him
be
with a really
thinking.
dark guy
Mhm.
though. I
Yeah.
mean, he's
But I
not
mean-
he's not a brown skinned boy.
No, I mean, but you can still have light
Yeah,
skin
that's
people
true.
with
I
dark
mean,
people.
the
it's
look-
plenty of time. Yeah, the little
yeah,
square.
the square.
But
Y'all doing Punnett squares?
yeah,
genetics.
Biology.
I get that from here.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's not. Well,
Why?
she was like,
That's-
she was silly. That was
Yeah,
very silly.
very silly.
It
And
just felt silly.
and
stupid.
it's given. I'm apologizing just because I got a record coming out vibes.
Absolutely, we don't like you.
Right,
Mhm.
and then he gonna come out and talk about, no, I think she just said this because her album coming out. So
We're not done.
the dude that
Yeah, but
you still
you was just
messing with,
you was
laying
just
up
smashing just a week ago. It
It's
was more than a
talking
week
crazy
ago.
about you.
But that's the thing. This is why another sucker moved from him. Like,
right.
let her do what she's doing. Like
her alone.
she really didn't even say anything, quote unquote, that was
About
detrimental
you.
or bad to her.
Like
I mean, to
him.
him rather.
Huh?
Does he like paying child? Like, my whole thing is, I mean, he's always gonna probably have to pay child support, but my whole thing is, why not let her be prosperous? Why
Exactly.
not let her have some money?
Let her get
Because
her
if not,
money.
if you keep my bag, I'm sorry, if you keep messing up my money, I'm gonna always want to have my hands in your bag.
Exactly.
You trying to get
Because
rid
you
of me,
messing up my
apparently.
stuff.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I say that's why I feel like he pulled another sucker move, because when this is another thing about men, and I feel like I'm ragging on the men, but I call myself being objective, so it is what it is. But this day and age of men always speaking on women annoys the shit out of me. Like, back in the day, that's not how it was. I don't care what it was. You don't run your mouth on a female. Like, that was viewed as a female tendency.
Yes.
Like, but in today's time, a lot of men feel okay to be running their mouth about what females doing and what they not doing, and just shut the hell up. That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do. And to me, you're like, whatever fans that you do got, or people that were messing with you, you continue. And we said this on our last video. He can't seem to keep himself out of trouble. Like, he's always
Trying to kiss that girl. Did
continually.
you see that? that?
He's always doing something. He tried to
trying
force
to,
some
like,
girl to
kiss
kiss him. You know what I'm
random
saying? He
fans.
did
Was
the
that
whole.
like some weeks? Was
Yeah.
some time? It was some time. Okay.
Yeah.
It was some time ago. Yeah.
He did the whole thing at the bowling alley with the whole brother
with the
situation,
brother
and you just and
But why
I
would
was
you?
like,
I would never.
like you just.
Why?
Just,
Why you still buying
just
with him?
Just get somewhere, focus on your music, and get it together.
Get DaniLeigh, take your baby, and move on, honey. Leave him alone.
Learn your lessons, but the people apparently don't want to learn the lessons. But they probably got a lot of, you know what I'm saying, drama that they haven't unpacked. Yeah. And so if you want to unpack something, you probably need to listen to Kendrick's new album and get some therapy.
Yes.
So yeah, a lot of people were excited about Kendrick's new album. He hasn't dropped since 2017, I feel like, and so a lot of people were excited. But if we're keeping it all the way 100, there was a lot of mixed reviews about his album.
What do you feel like?
The theater kid in me
loves it. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because it felt like from the very beginning drama, but it just felt like it could literally be a one-man show or a show with accompaniment on stage.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like even the way he does it, like you can have a sides over here, you can do like I'm thinking for colored girls, like you know the moments where they have like little poetry sessions in there, or like just being like I feel like that would be a dope production.
Yeah, and I think the thing is,
I agree.
It just flows like that, and those who don't like musicals, they're not gonna love it. And he has so much classical music like woven into it.
Yeah, it's definitely a musical. The way
feels like a musical.
It does.
The different music that he chooses, and it's really a nice. And I think that's the thing with Kendrick, and I think that's why a lot of people mess with him, because his albums are always like a whole unit, like it's like a whole complete unit. And I think, and especially in comparison to him and Drake, like a lot of times, because you know they are viewed at as the greats, especially currently. If you want to agree, disagree, whatever, and J. Cole too. But when in comparison between Kendrick and Drake, Kendrick's albums are usually a complete like body of work, and the songs are kind of related to each other, like you're watching a whole movie, as opposed to Drake. A lot of times, just kind of has just a bunch of singles. It's almost like it's like Netflix, like you just kind of just or whatever.
Which one I'm gonna watch next?
Right, and so, but I think it was it's definitely an album that you need to take your time with. And just as some people have said, I think one thing, and it could, I think this might play into why people might have an issue with it, is because they're not used to black men rapping about the things he's rapping about. Like he raps about he's real vulnerable in there. He raps about having daddy issues. When was the last time you heard any black male that's famous say anything about having daddy issues? Yeah, I'll wait.
You mean a black male rap? About it or talk about it?
Just talk, but anybody. He talked about him having daddy issues?
Yes.
Okay, I missed that.
He talked as far
but that's
like,
another one.
He used to beat his mama. Like,
yeah, that's right. He did say that. He did say that.
Like I think.
but I guess, but more
we look at it differently. We compartmentalize
and
it differently.
And even Tupac kind of
there's
his mama being the Dear Mama song.
Yeah, but I'm saying more so specifically talking about the relationship. I agree with Will, but outside of Will, I can't really think of anybody else that's actually.
Pretty sure there's plenty of.
I can't think of
I think in the way that Kendrick did it,
he
though,
talked about like how it impacted him
in mental health, in his mental health.
Yeah,
and a lot of black men don't talk about mental health. Period.
And just talking about how that relationship affected him, and learning as a kid how to react to certain stuff, and what he thought or what he felt, like how a man should react to this or shouldn't react to this, and that playing into who he is as an adult and the decisions that he does. So
it's dope.
And so I think there's this thing or whatever, like, are people too dumb nowadays in order to really get what Kendrick has to do? And I think
it's an age thing too.
I don't agree with the age thing. I think it just depends on what you like. Like some people
don't want growth.
And
they want to be ignorant.
Again, to play devil's advocate, I think some people do like to escape, or they don't want to think, or they don't want to, they just want to be able to just listen to the music, vibe out, or whatever. But in the same token, I think if we're being honest, that's what a lot of people have an issue with today's artists, because a lot of today's artists
don't have any substance
or don't have a lot of talent.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
But you know what's crazy? Like when you look at those type of more conscious rappers, you're always going to see a progression. You're always going to see them changing about what they're talking about, regardless, because that's the reason why, like, for the most part, a lot of those rappers had like those alt black kids or the other black kids that got them first. They were listening first. Yeah. And those are the people who are going to continue. Those are people like me or whoever are going to be like, well, look, this is where I saw him. This is what I was waiting for anyway. Like a lot of us are like, this is what I saw and this is what I was waiting for. Yeah. Like he just did all this stuff for y'all. Yeah. But like the artist in me or the poet in me or the performer in me, like, here's it, and I'm excited and I'm happy.
I've seen several poets and people I know that act and things like that saying positive things about the album.
So like, so I think just like, hey, welcome.
So I think I definitely think the album is different. But it's different from anything else out there. It's not a commercial thing or whatever. And I think sometimes we have to really be honest about our idea of what rap and hip hop is. Like there's not this one, you know what I'm saying? Contrary to belief of what we're trying to be sold, there's not this one all be all way of what hip hop or what rap is.
Oh, and that's a good segue into the other thing. We'll talk about that later on.
No, we're not. Go ahead and segue. Let's go ahead.
Okay, so we're talking about the billboards, and everybody's several people are upset about Doja Cat, and she won the R&B.
Yeah, she won
album of the year.
She won the R&B album.
She's a very talented person.
But Planet Her.
Okay, wait. Here's the thing.
But she only has one R&B song on Planet Her. So she went against like people like Summer Walker, Janae Aiko, I believe. And
I don't think Janae Aiko was in that. I was in that category.
Summer Walker, let me see if I can, Doja Cat.
Okay, so it looks like she won against, well, in that category, enough R&B female artists, and it was Doja, Summer, and SZA. Oh. And so a lot of people were mad because I guess, or I ain't gonna say I guess, but Summer and SZA are more conventional, that's R&B, that's straight R&B. And so for Doja to win over them is like, well, Doja really isn't R&B. And so, and then I think it was another category which was similar to that. And so this is it says R&B artist and winner. It doesn't say who else was in that category, but Doja win as R&B artist. So I feel like this is a layered conversation. It isn't just, you know, the obvious of what's in your face type situation. I feel like it's layered. But go ahead and say what you want to say.
I feel they're like all the choices were there, and they were like, let's be honest, which album do you really like?
And I like Summer's album.
Summer's album was cool. Still over it, but it just felt like I've had Summer's album before. That was literally, and I get it. That's what we were looking for, regardless from Summer. We were. That's what we were looking for. We were looking for the same album with some of our girlies that we like in it. Some features that are fun.
So I think I see what you're saying. So I feel like you're saying that Doja had a better album in comparison to Summer's album.
Yes.
But I think what some people have an issue with is, but Summer's album wasn't an R&B album. Wasn't R&B, and Doja album wasn't really giving me R&B. And I think the interesting thing about her, she's kind of like a
outlier.
Outlier between a lot of genres. Yeah. Like it's really hard. In Doja's defense, it's hard, and and it's been like that really for the past 20 years. I think there's really been a mix of a lot of different like genres or whatever, and that's what they do. Even if you look at what's the boy name? Montero, which he won like 2 awards, which. I don't know how I feel about him, but he did.
Very talented.
Yeah, he is talented, and he won 2 awards. But even he kind of like blends. He kind of blends genres or whatever, and I think that's something that Doja does. And so it's hard to quote unquote put her in just a category or whatever. Because this is like me personally. Like one thing that I've said often enough is I don't really look at her like a rapper. I just don't. I don't look at her like a rap. I do think she has the ability to rap, but I don't really look at her like a rapper. And so some people feel like there's more sinister or undercover reasons as to why Doja won R&B as compared to other things. So I guess they pointed out how when it comes to records that are being broken, every time Doja breaks a new record, they always say female rapper Doja Cat has the record for this and has the record for that. And then when it comes to these awards, then they put her in like in these R&Bs or whatever. And like for the Grammys, there's no way in hell that should have only won one Grammy, in my opinion. Like there's just no way. But when it came to the Grammys, she only got one award. But when it comes to this, they stick her in the R&B category and they let her sweep. I think some people feel like that they're doing this as a way to allow white people to continue to win the awards that they want to win. And then they're sticking her in these other awards and like, okay, well, we can't deny her everything, so let's put her in this and then and give her these awards. Yeah. And meanwhile, and that's the thing, like you remember like a couple of years ago or a few years ago, they were saying like R&B is dead. You know, there were some people that felt like that. And people like Summer Walker, Ari Lennox, who else? Janae Aiko, who else?
Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah, and I think that's another thing they said that I think Summer, like last year, won over Jasmine Sullivan. So it seems like this has been a continual thing where they're trying to almost diminish those artists who are real deal R&B artists, and they're trying to not let them get their due.
But I think because this is the Billboard Music Awards and she has topped the Billboard Music Awards so many times, they have to do something for, like, I gotta let her win these awards because she's number one. So they're gonna be like, well, how is she number one on the Billboards but she ain't win blah blah blah. So I think that's another thing because it's the Billboard. Now, if this was the Grammys and she swept in R&B or something, I would be side-eyeing. Right. But because it's Billboard, I think it's because it's popularity.
I'm glad you say it's popular because really that's what she should be in. She should be in the pop category. I feel like is what she should be in. But they don't want to let her win. But that's what it is. But they don't want to let her win over those type of artists though. Like I feel, but when I feel like she should, like who is this? Olivia Rodrigo, like streaming. Like I don't know if she's in that category now, but I know Olivia Rodrigo is a pop artist. They're not gonna let Doja win over her.
The issue is like Doja's too ethnic.
Exactly, but right. So they use. I feel like they use.
So it's like black enough.
And that's what I just said. Yeah. But that's what I said earlier. Though I feel like that's what they're doing. I feel like I think they feel like. Almost like the light skin thing. Like you're light skin, so you're not a darkie, so you can pass. You know what I'm saying? But you're still black, so you can't win this. But we'll give you this. Yeah. And it's messed up because I think in the long run, those are kind of being put in the middle. And so a lot of people, of course, no one has any like the way we're having this discussion about analyzing it. People are just throwing their tomatoes and stuff at Doja, and I don't think it's Doja's fault.
First of all, okay, the thing about it is, I'm not upset about it because, first of all, if Doja really had to do an R&B, I think she could do it. Like, she's very, 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 very talented. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I hear y'all, but could the other artists do what she could do?
No,
I'm just.
I agree, they can't, but I don't think they can make those pop records or whatever, but they're good at what they do.
Absolutely.
And so
they do the
it's
same
like
with Lizzo. They do her the same. Like I don't really know where to put Lizzo, so I'm gonna say she's rap.
Right.
Lizzo is not rap. You know.
I agree, and they did that, and they did the same. And I don't know, and I don't want to be the one to say
it's a gray area. They need a gray area.
No,
right. I don't want to be the one to say it because people are gonna say that I'm caping or whatever. But you know, whatever. I'm a Nicki Minaj fan. It is what it is. And I'm not the only one that feels this way. If you go on YouTube right now, there's plenty of YouTubers out there that say the same thing. So whatever. But a lot of people feel that they use this because the Nicki Minaj is blackballed. Everybody knows this. And if you don't know it, pay attention to stuff, you know she's blackballed. Mm-hmm. It seems like they do this to try to tear down her records. Anytime Lizzo does something or Doja, they make sure to put them in a quote-unquote rap category to diminish the things that Nicki Minaj has done. I'm not the only one to say
I know you're not, but like, the thing about it is, they give credit to Nicki.
Not the billboards.
No, not the billboards, but the actual artists do.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They
So,
do. It's not them. It's the higher ups.
Yeah, I hear you.
The,
but at the end of the day, they don't have any control over that.
That's
As long
true.
as you, like,
That's
at the end
true.
of the day,
That's
as
what
long
he
as you
said.
cite your source.
That's
Right.
it.
As long as you cite your source.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's getting, like, regardless, they're still saying, hey, look, this animation or this whatever, I love Nicki. I listen to her all this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I get it.
And even Doja said that yesterday when she got that R&B award. She was like, I feel like everybody in this category should have got this award. Like,
Yeah, so
why?
she's...
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
what?
So
So she's kind of baffled
Right.
herself.
So
Like,
it's, she
okay.
not, like, she doesn't... Like, what she could have done is say, hey, no, I don't want... You know, I'm not going to
She's
take
like,
this
hey, I'm going to
award.
give
Right.
this to Summer. Summer, come up here.
She could have done that.
Yeah.
She could have done that. I get that. But, damn. Sometimes...
So it's not her fault. It's the
Well, yeah,
fault.
it's not her
Shit,
fault.
I
I
gotta
just
give
feel
all
like
my shit away?
right. I mean, I can't. Again, I don't think like I said this on
You don't
Facebook. I
fault
said this
her.
on Facebook.
Yeah.
If you on Facebook, I said someone was pointed that out, and they was like, she shouldn't have won the award. And I said, well, I don't think it's Doja's fault.
No.
Like I said, but whose fault it is too long to write.
Right.
And so I do feel like it's an agenda. And I feel like people are just being lazy. Like, if this is what y'all do, like, y'all need to take the time and figure out, okay, who needs to be,
Who's in the room?
who's really, and I think it's not enough us. Like, I guarantee if you look at whoever voting, whoever it is, it's not no black people in there. That's just the same thing about the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? And they slowly, at a snail's pace, are trying to get that together.
Yeah.
Right. They're trying to get that together, but I guarantee when it comes to the Billboard, or I guarantee like the panel or whoever is making decisions, they ain't melanated at all. And so, but this is why things like the BET Awards, the Soul Train Awards, and stuff like that is so important because they actually, you know what I'm saying, it's for us by us, you know what I'm saying. We're making the decisions. We're taking the time to honor people who shouldn't have been honored a long time ago.
Right.
So we got to make sure we support those outlets.
That's it. I agree.
All right, I think that's about it. Is there anything else that we missed? You know what I'm saying?
No, I think
We talked about Kevin Samuel and said that I don't know. Listen, my thing is, if you want to bring black men and black women together, there's a better way to do it.
That's it.
He just wanted to bring wealthy, ugly men with young, attractive black women. That's all I got.
He was trying to.
He said all the other uglies and poors fend for yourself.
Right. That's it.
Okay. And we talked about
That's what he said.
Oh, that's funny to me. I'm sorry. Okay. And we talked about the RICO charges,
Yeah,
unfortunately, with Young Thug and Gunna.
Y'all should listen to Drake. Drake tried to tell y'all.
She's been listening to the RICO song.
Yes, by Drake.
But yeah, like if you're gonna do what you're gonna do not be on the internet. Like don't do too much.
Be
And then at the end of the day,
like you
and then at the end of the day, instead of doing these, gang activities, like put your mind and talent into other stuff that's more constructive.
Let's fight racism.
Right. You know what I'm saying? If you want to fight something,
direct your energy.
You're right, to other
the
things
people.
instead of into this other situations, then you wouldn't be dealing with no RICO situation.
No RICO situation.
They could have gave me money.
DaniLeigh. Right. Investments.
Exactly.
Very good. Very.
DaniLeigh and the baby, I think we're both
break up.
Leave
each other alone.
No, not they're done, but
well,
I think we as a
we'll see them next week.
They might, but both of them gotta do better. DaniLeigh do better. The baby do better. Both.
Leave each other alone.
Right. But I'm just
Raise
talking
your
about.
kid.
I don't even think
I
about
don't
that.
feel like he knows how to do better.
He
Or
gonna get caught with a RICO.
also,
I
don't want better near him.
Yeah. He might get caught.
I'm saying I want him to get better.
Yeah, I hear you, but I don't feel
For
like
his
he's
daughter.
ever. I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like he's ever going to get to the point where I feel
Gonna
like
grow
better
up.
should be near him.
Yeah, I get you.
I feel
Listen,
like
Get your life together.
I hear
he
you.
would have to like
Do a lot.
And the Billboard.
really
And
know.
Kendrick.
And oh yeah, I
Listen
look
to
out
Kendrick's
Listen to
album.
Kendrick.
It was good. Honesty
Yes.
Diaries.
Oh,
I knew I would like it.
Mhm.
I loved it.
yes.
I listened to it with my sibling. We liked it.
Yes.
Also, we cried together.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
No, yeah, that was a good one. And
Deep.
the Billboard Awards. Like I really don't watch it because I feel
Can
like it's
somebody?
always
Can y'all
some.
like?
It's feel like it's
apply
always
for the
some
jobs?
BS every
Can we
year.
apply
But one
for the
thing
jobs?
I will say real quick is the Amariana Copenhagen winning the award, them taking the time to highlight her and her talking. She got the award because she brought a lot of awareness. That's the word I was looking for. To the Flint, water situation. And so kudos to her. I believe the girl is only like 14 years old.
Yeah,
so that's super dope for her.
Mm-hmm.
But that
she spoke on racism and things like that too. So
right.
She
Yeah.
did a really good job.
So shout out to her. Shout out to her, and I guess a little bit of a shout out to Billboard, I guess, because they had that.
Yes.
Drake won a couple awards.
Okay,
You know what
Drake.
I'm saying? I'm cool with Drake winning those awards.
Yeah.
Looks like Justin Bieber won. Oh yeah, another big thing. Mary J. Blige got the Icon Award. That's another thing
that's one thing y'all did
That's
right.
another thing that y'all did right. So kudos to that. You know what I'm saying? Mary J. Blige. It's
very
very late. She should have got an Icon Award years and years ago.
Yes.
But as they say, better late than never.
Listen, I'm tired of that for us.
I know, right?
Yeah, when it comes to us, they do that a lot. Looks like Giveon won Best New Artist, so shout out to Giveon. Yeah.
What do you like? What is considered a new artist? How long do you have to listen to that?
In today's time,
listen to that artist
probably at least
for some time.
And sometimes I guess it might depend. It might depend on the
project
or the project. Because some of these albums, like it might not be an EP. I mean,
Jazz been on Giveon for a long time.
Oh, me too. I was like, how does it? Yes, I was like, oh my gosh,
because when did the song with him and Drake come out? That was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah,
and some stuff is like an EP. Sometimes they put EPs. They don't be full albums, and some. So I think sometimes that plays a role in it. So
is it like when white people care?
That's
it might be that too. Might be that too.
Head right there.
Obviously we covered Doja Cat winning the R&B albums, which some people aren't too mad and other people are angry.
Jasmine Sullivan,
her boyfriend is not
Jasmine
happy.
Sullivan should have won it.
Yes, she should have. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't even think she was nominated in this one though. But I feel like they did that
that's
last year. But she just won a Grammy
So-
for Hotel, so I don't.
Right.
Why
I don't know.
Why wouldn't she? Right.
I don't know.
And then you saw the part 2, right?
No,
You listened to the part 2?
I don't think I've listened to the part 2.
Like it was like more hotels or like
Yeah, I need to go back and listen to that. Then.
There's like some more songs.
Ooh, added to it. Okay.
So Lil Nas X he won for Montero.
Very
who
talented
else?
man.
I kind of want to skip over this, but I am covering Us. So Kanye won for Best Christian Song. I don't really have anything nice to say, so I'm just gonna keep going.
Beautiful Children.
R&B song of Silk Sonic. They won for leave the door open. So kudos to Silk Sonic. They are just a wonderful group. Like it's like somehow they went into a time machine and went back into the day and then came back.
No, they're just living their best lives. They were like, because Anderson .Paak said, you know what? Today is the day I'm acting. I'm a character forever.
And he's shading character though.
Like, is what you're getting.
Right.
Oh,
this
wild. Did you see him? Like, did you see him in the car when he was pointing out people?
They killed it. And shout to The Weeknd. The Weeknd won, I guess, Best R&B Male Artist, and I think that's deserving for The Weeknd. Bruno Mars, they won another R&B tour. That's an interesting award or category, like the best tour. So Bruno Mars got that. So
they have a show in Vegas, and I want to go.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Them nice tickets are very expensive.
Oh yeah, and Doja, she won another award. I don't have any problems with this award. They won. Doja and SZA won the viral song, so "Kiss Me More." I think "Kiss Me More" is a dope song, and so I think that deserved that award as well. So, look, and then I noticed this. The best rap tour, I guess, Omarion and Bow Wow, they won for the Millennium Tour. People be going crazy for the Millennium Tour. So I always say nothing but good things when it comes to the Millennium Tour. So yeah, I hadn't made it either. So I might need to slide through there if they ever do
I'm gonna make some real,
Yeah.
And then Megan Thee Stallion won, I guess, best rap female artist. So I guess that.
Considering Billboard.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I'm not mad at it. I just need her to get back to Tina Snow. That's what I need her to get back to.
She said you're gonna get whatever version I decide to give you, because there's plenty.
Okay. I like Megan. I like Megan, but I don't know. But yeah, so that's about it. So we covered a whole heap of information right now. So if you want to go ahead and comment down below regarding any of those topics. Any of this. Yes. I'm saying Kevin Samuels.
What y'all think?
You know, do you like Kevin Samuels? Do you love him? Is he trash? What do you think? Rico, what do you think? Is it fair that Young Thug and Gunna got charged with the Rico charges?
Next?
You know, that's the question. Who's next? Because the rap police is a real thing.
They are.
DaniLeigh and the Baby, do you like them, or are they both trash individuals? Are they toxic? Did DaniLeigh actually... I can say it with a straight face. Did she actually mean her apology for the whole Yellow Bone song?
No.
And then get on my nerves. And then the Billboard Music Awards.
Do you think they were fair?
What did you think? Did you watch it? How did you feel about the performances? How do you feel about the awards? And I should have said this a long time ago, but if you haven't, hit the freaking thumbs up button. Before they subscribe, they need to do that too. You was about to say it. But subscribe, hit the thumbs up, hit all those buttons, comment, do all that stuff. We thank our lovely guest, Violet.
Yay, Violet!
We appreciate every single one of you, and I guess we'll holler at you.
Peace.